let's talk about what ain't for y'all. ESPN's radio show, Keyshawn, Jay, and Max. I hated the name. I mean, golly, I hate that name. It was just too simple and it was too long. I was like, oh, dang. But I like the show. Well, guess enough people didn't like the show because now it is scrapped. It is gone. The national morning radio show featuring those three studs is no more. The move is part of the looming and now continuing restructuring of the company. And that includes significant on-air layoffs to come as early as next week. So doesn't mean that Keyshawn, doesn't mean that Jay, doesn't mean that Max will be let go, gone entirely from ESPN. But they say, and they highlight my brother from another, Kellerman, is in jeopardy. All right. So he's a big money guy, all of them big money guys, but he makes the most out of all three of them, who is now going to be out on radio, and the time slot for his TV program, This Just In, will be taken over by the Pat McAfee show this fall. That's what the reports are saying. So you guys remember we had this conversation before, and I was giving you intel of Keyshawn's situation, Max's situation, Jay's situation is playing out as we talked about and discussed before. So ESPN signed Keyshawn to a 4-year deal, around $18 million last year. Now, Keyshawn told me he did sign a big deal last year, so that is a big deal. That's $4.5 every single year, and they only paid him for 1 year. So as part of the upcoming layoffs, ESPN is expected to buy out some deals, a way to reduce numbers on the books while still actually paying people the money they are owed. I want to know how they're going to do that. I'm serious. Like, they're going to buy out the deals, but still pay everyone what they're owed, but get them off the books. Okay, to reduce the number that's on the books. That works on Wall Street. I don't know where else. The network could offer buyouts, which could grant Keyshawn a free agency pass. And Keyshawn, as a free agent, could make his way to Fox Sports 1 and maybe be across from Skip Bayless as a replacement to Shannon Sharp. What y'all think about that? Keyshawn and Skip. Every time I think of Skip, I think of LeBron, I think of the Cowboys, right? And I think, damn, Keyshawn played for the Cowboys, but did he love the Cowboys? I don't know about that. We played together at the Cowboys. So he loved Parcells. I don't know if he loved the Cowboys, but he loved Parcells. But I think he had an issue with Jerry Jones because Jerry Jones brought in T.O. and T.O. came in and there could be no T.O. and Keyshawn. And you know how the Cowboys are ran. There are coaches, players, and there are Jerry Jones guys. I was a Jerry Jones guy, not a Bill Parcells guy. Keyshawn was a Bill Parcells guy and not a Jerry Jones guy, if I remember correctly. And I do. So it's interesting. Could you see Keyshawn across from Skip? Because Keyshawn would have to be against the Cowboys for that to even work. His LeBron talks, who knows where that goes. So let's talk through this. We can see that negotiation play out right before our very eyes. Or you can see Keyshawn stay at ESPN, give him some more of that Monday night countdown, add to his play because he's already doing NFL Live all the time. And they're reporting that Steve Young, Steve Young, the guy I got my first sack on ever in the NFL. Lefty saw me coming, trying to take off with his fast butt. I was like, get over here. And then I laid him down gently because I was like, respect to the almighty Steve Young. But yeah, he's on the ropes as well. He may be out as well. Let's talk about JWill, whose contract is up at the end of the summer. Told you that. Is someone that ESPN likes and may try to keep. That means he gone. Anytime they write that, what do they say when the owner's like, coach is doing fine. We love coach. That's the death wish. Why are you over there supporting him now? So I don't know about that. His contract's up and we'll be in June and it's up this summer. Y'all know I've been through that situation before. But that doesn't mean they're not talking, but I don't think they may be saying exactly what JWill wants to hear. So we'll see how that can go. Or he can stay with the network in a different role capacity. Part of the rotation on the First Take and get him into the rotation on the NBA show. Let's see how that goes. All right, so Keyshawn, JWill, and Max, the program was already off in New York, replaced by Rick Pietro, and Dave Rothenberg's local show. Okay, I know it's big time because they're in New York doing local. I know they're killing it, so no disrespect by the name. I just didn't know how to say it, but I will say this. Anytime you have a national show and your show is not in LA and New York, you in trouble. This is something that Keyshawn knows, JWill knows, and Max especially, as we had a local show that was doing amazing in Los Angeles. And at the time, there were talks of making it a national show, but they didn't want to remove any. See, we went at the wrong time. It was like Levitard. Who else was there? Mike and Mike, Colin, you tell me, maybe Marcellus. They just have dudes. So they were like, we can't take these big time shows off of the national show. So therefore, y'all gonna have to stay local. And we stayed local and we stayed killing it until Max got the call to go to First Take. It is what it is. So ESPN is going through these layoffs and we got all of these dudes. Now, y'all know I had to save my brother for last. Y'all know Max and I already we chopping it up about this situation. We're going to talk a little more extensively about it super soon. But yeah, we already kind of hit each other like, let's chop up wood. You know, everywhere I go, including where I am in this country, out the country, people come up to me. Yesterday, somebody came up to me, just stopping me talking about that radio show we had. Now, the thing about it is Max has not been Max since Max and I did shows together. And I am not taking credit for that. I am not the one that brings the best out of Max. I just match up with Max better than anybody else that is matched up with Max. Why? Because you got to allow Max to just roam. This sucker here is going to roam the room with a high level of intelligence. I got a tremendous respect for him. He is hilarious and the dude is smart as hell. Now, if you are intimidated by either his jokes, his sensibilities, or his intelligence, then you ain't gonna get along with Max as well as you should. You guys won't mesh and vibe as well. So the reason why we're so cool is because I'm pliable. I can accept anything you throw at me. Most guys don't. And that's actually a good thing those guys don't, because they have a brand. They stay on message. They have their agendas and they stick to it. I love Cowboys. I hate Cowboys. And it works. But I'm not like that. You know, I'm not the guy that does that. So therefore, I'm allowing somebody else to take us all around the world. And I. So I like to layer the onion. Max does as well. We're both discussers, not debaters. And we also got an affinity, a love for old school hip hop. So if you don't allow him to talk some old school hip hop, some Capone and Noriega or something like that, y'all ain't gonna get along too well. So it seems like Max is in another situation where he has one show left, the boxing show, but other options, maybe. What y'all want to see? Y'all want Max and Marcellus again? Let me stop playing. We might chop it up though. We might have to do that. But love to all those guys. I know all of them very well. That's in part why I knew this was coming. But at the same time, what do y'all think? Did y'all love that show? Y'all gonna miss that show? Think this is a good move, bad move? And what's the next move for all of them?